Hey, what's good, y'all? Oh, man. Happy Monday. Whatever. Hey, listen, I saw Zoe. That's not like you, man. You came off a little bit grumpy there. No, I'm not grumpy, man. Okay, listen. I've been hearing about this cat, Ricky Gervais. I've heard of his stuff like here and there, man. But he's not really the issue. The issue I take, man, is that all of a sudden Ricky Gervais is in the news, and I'm watching conservatives, man. Conservatives. I'm watching conservatives just fawn over this cat, man. And it's conservative, like, whether it's conservative media, conservative voters, and all that sort of stuff. I'm watching them fawn over this cat. Meanwhile, they're constantly saying, "Who cares what these Hollywood celebrities think?" See, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being nitpicky, but I'm one of those. I'm one of those cats that actually believes that words mean something, because words are important. We use them. We use them to communicate, and I think it's really important how we communicate and how we shape these words. And when you got conservatives out there constantly saying, "Who cares what these people think?" When you say that repeatedly, this is how liberals are able to gain ground in how they do things. Because and what's up, y'all? I see you guys coming in, but I of course I want to be cordial and thank you guys for coming in. But I derail easily, man. I start rambling, I lose my train of thought, like trying to be polite to y'all and gracious and tell you guys thank you for coming in. So you guys just bear with me, man, as I keep my train of thought here going, because I can derail like that, right? So at any rate, see, I already lost what I was saying, but I already forgot what I was gonna say. Hold on, man. Let me try to get it back. Let me try to get it back. No, but listen. It's important, y'all, that, to not underestimate what the Hollywood left is doing. Not just the Hollywood left, but the educational left, whether it's grade school, whether it's the institutions of higher learning and all that sort of stuff. And incidentally, when Ricky Gervais is saying that these people spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg, it's like, no, man, I don't know if I agree with that, because that's where they learn all this crap from. Now, look, like me, it's like, I admit, look, man, I may not be the sharpest knife in the drawer. Why? Because I ditched a lot of school. But guess what? I didn't get brainwashed by these people either. So there is some redeeming value in me in ditching as much school as I did. But anyway, y'all, but what I'm saying is, I keep seeing conservatives say that they don't care what these people think. So what do you guys, why are people fawning over what Ricky Gervais thinks? He's a Hollywood liberal too. But now all of a sudden, because he says something that kind of lines up with your views, what he thinks is important now. What's up with that? And it's like, it's either what he has to say is important or not. How come you guys just don't tell him to shut up and act? It's like, oh, Ricky Gervais, don't try to pander us, man. Why don't you just shut up and act? It's like, all of a sudden, you guys want to hear what he has to say. Why? You know why? Because you do care what celebrities think. That's why they're celebrities. Okay? And because he's known by a lot of people, you're happy about the fact that this celebrity has made an endorsement of what it is that you believe. Okay? And that's okay, man. It's all right. But, this idea that people, claim that they don't care what that, y'all, millions of people care what they think. Millions of people do. That's why these people keep doing it, because a lot of people actually do care what they think. It may be just because in your circles you don't see people caring about what they think, doesn't mean that people don't care what they think. And y'all, that's an underestimation of what it is that they're doing. That's why they're able to keep doing the crazy stuff that they do. That's why there's this lunacy right now, that's going on in the culture. That's why we keep dealing with this stuff over and over again. Right? You think these Hollywood celebrities, they're gonna brush what he's saying out. They're gonna forget what he says after a few drinks and after some of their drugs and all that stuff. They're gonna forget what he said and go right back to doing what they're doing. All right. Yeah. So and basically all this stuff is calculated anyway. Ricky Gervais to went out there, pandered to you, right? He's gonna get a pass from his liberals. That's what he's made his living off of saying controversial stuff. So he didn't pander to you. And now you guys are going to feel more comfortable about your Netflix account, right? You guys give these liberals all the stuff that they need to make all the stuff that they do. And then you complain about how they're able to keep promoting the lunacy that they promote. And then where's the support for counter entertainment? There really isn't any. Y'all know that you got that Netflix account. You guys know that you got that HBO account. You guys know that you guys are helping to give liberals the money and the fame that they need to go out there and promote their narrative. They don't, it's well, I wasn't going to say they get this money from nowhere. They also get this money from overseas to do what it is that they're doing. But that's all I'm saying is, and y'all, I don't care. I don't care if you guys have Netflix. I don't care. I don't care if you guys got HBO. That stuff, that's your money. You spend it however you want to. I'm just saying, don't be surprised when these liberals are able to promote more lunacy in what they're doing. You know, when there's not much of a support for the counter to it. There just isn't. You got conservatives, you know, and like myself, like yours truly, you got conservatives like myself who have been suppressed for saying the same stuff. But conservatives are just, you know, if you fade out, you gone, right? I'm watching conservatives left and right get deplatformed, demonetized. You know, brave people who have been out there saying exactly the same stuff. It's like, no, you know, why don't you just, you know, if you got something to say it with your creativity, but you want to use this platform, you can't just be gracious and thank people for watching your stuff. You got to come up and make some political speech and profane and use profane statements against the president and all that sort of stuff. You want to use your time for that instead of being gracious to people for enjoying your work. You want to just make profane statements and promote lies and all that sort of stuff. That's what you want to do. It's like, no, man, won't you put your resources together and go ahead and make your movie or something like that that people may want to pay their money to see. But for this right here, why don't you just be gracious and just say thank you? You know? And, you know, some people may be like, hey, oh, so you're just sour because, you know, nobody's paying attention to your stuff anymore. And you're just mad because these, you know what? Maybe so. Maybe I am. If you were in the same position, you'd be a little sour too. I'm pretty sure you would be. Right. But I'm not trying to be sour grapes, y'all. I'm just saying, you know, these people do what it is that they do. You know, they do what they do. People do care what they think. You care what they think. You're proving. I'm seeing this person all day, all over, right? Why? Because you do care. Why? Because he's a celebrity, right? And he's giving you the endorsement of calling out these other celebrities who are going to forget what he's going to have to say and go right back to doing what it is that they're doing. All right, but good that he called them out. And y'all also, and don't get me wrong, y'all, because it's like, yeah, dude, thank you for saying what needs to be said. And don't get me wrong, y'all. I appreciate it. It's like, yeah, dude, that's good that you called them out. That's good, you know. But I'm just saying, let's be consistent. You know, be consistent with what it is that we're trying to say about these folks. You know, because if you underestimate them, they're just going to keep doing the same stuff. And y'all, it would just be so nice. It would be so nice if we were supportive, you know, of a counter creative narrative, you know, to that. You know, these people, they do what they do, and it's like there's no challenge to it. You know, that's just really disappointing. So at any rate, y'all, I hope, you know, going forward that, you know, there will be support and demand for, you know, content that's more that way you don't have to depend on liberals. You know, it's like that's what it comes down to, man. It's like it's almost like conservatives are waiting. It's like conservatives are waiting for liberals to say the stuff that they've been saying. You know, meanwhile, when you got conservatives, creative conservatives, you know, who are waiting to, who would like to get out there and say these things in creative mediums, but they don't get the support. It's like conservatives would rather go and support liberals do it. And so in some ways, I don't blame you, because they're really good at what they do, because that's their life is make believe. Their life is lies, and they're good. And lies is a creative process. A lie. That's why they succeed at make believe, because that's where they are. They're naturals at it, right? They're naturals at doing stuff like that. So, you know, conservatives, you know, a lot of conservatives out there are supporting their livelihood to be able to get there and promote their lies. That's what they do. But it would be great if there was just a shift where it's like, well, you know what? Instead of supporting these liberals doing, why don't we support creative conservatives to get out there and make content? Why don't we have a donor class of people who are ready to put a bankroll aside for conservatives to be able to do that, instead of it always just being about news, you know, and opinion platforms. And that's it. That's all we do. Right? Thinking that we can reason with these people when these people don't even speak the language of reason. These people speak the language of imagination. Everything that they believe is imaginative. It's imagination land where they're at. And we don't speak that language, you know, but we like it. We give them money to keep doing what it is that they're doing. And they're going to do it some more. It's election season, man. You think this speech by Ricky Gervais is going to stop these people in this election year? Oh, come on, man. This stuff is calculated. He's pandering to you. All right? This is a pander thing. He gonna get away with this too. Like he says, man, I've been here like 5 times already, 6 times, or whichever, right? You know? And it's like, I'll see this and tweet. This guy's gonna get a whole bunch of tweets, while conservatives, you know, who have been these citizen journalists and stuff like that, whose livelihood is to get out there and promote the truth, are being punished, you know, and forgotten. While this person, he's gonna be able to keep on doing, and a lot of conservatives are helping him. watching these conservative news sites and all that sort. They're just out promoting this guy, while forgetting about a lot of people out there who've been saying the same things. So like I said, man, I wish, I hope, like even myself, trying to bring you this content and want to bring it to you creatively. I've already had proof of concept in the market that I was able, just my little low-level production stuff, right, was getting love. And then when the liberal overlords, they saw it, that this was going to work, they put the squash on me, right? Even just my little productions, man, just my little homegrown stuff. It's like, oh no, man, this stuff can go big. This guy can reach some people. We better put a stop to him. And what's sad, y'all, is how easy it was. It was easy for them to just turn the lights out on me and my audience. Most of them, the vast majority of them, forgot me like that, right? Now, am I a little sour about that? Yeah, a little bit, but that's not the issue. But the issue is like this is happening to a lot of people, right? While these liberals, when people say that nobody cares about what they think, these conservatives say nobody cares about what they think, and then all of a sudden they say a little bit of the stuff that we've been saying for years, and all of a sudden they're fawned over, right? Oh my God, look at all the Twitter is blowing up with them. Facebook is blowing up with them and all that sort of stuff, just because some foul-mouthed atheist came and said the stuff that we've been saying. So it's in a way, it's a little bit of a kick in the teeth, man. It's a little bit like that, but like I said, y'all, I haven't given up. I'm still at it, because I love my God. I love the country that he's blessed us with. And I love a few people out there who I actually think are pretty cool. Like y'all listening right now. I love y'all. All right. So anyway, forgive me if I didn't give you a shout out and stuff like that. You know me, I'm a scatterbrain, y'all. So if I try to hey, what's up, man? Thank you for stopping in. I will derail like that, right? Because I got that ADD. Anyway, y'all, hope to see you guys in the Zopium Den. Gee, man, I hope I said everything I wanted to say. But anyway, actually, you know what? Some side mark stuff. I did listen to Ricky Gervais his whole thing, and you know what? There's some other stuff I don't quite agree with, and I think a lot of people are giving over this too. Like, say for instance, he came down on remakes, right? Y'all, I'm one of those crazy few people. And admittedly, I don't go see a lot of movies anymore because I'm not into supporting Hollywood. So I don't, a lot of their stuff is, I personally think that a lot of the movies are well done. I mean, cinematography and stuff like that is, it's like revitalized, like I remember when when color came out in movies and stuff like that, I said, wow, this is amazing. And cinematically, it looked really good. And then, then there seemed to be like a little bit of lapse in some standards, you know what I'm saying? But now there's, as of, the past, at the turn of the century, I think there's just been some new developments in the way things are, published for the screen and for TV. I mean, wow, man, the production looks amazing. I think, maybe there's, with the intrigue and in the script writing and stuff like that, the writer's market and how it is, maybe sometimes I think some of these cats are trying too hard, and putting a lot of convoluted, intrigue and stuff like that, and trying to make it over stimulating and things like that, and trying to add too much nuance and whatnot. Don't get me wrong, y'all, because I mean, hey, excel, push it, see what, make it as interesting as you can. But like I said, some things are just over processed. I think some things are just overdone. But it's one of those things where it's like it's gonna reach a peak and then it'll kind of slope back to where it's like, okay, this stuff is more digestible. But a lot of people are getting into these series and stuff like that, because they're pretty engaging, and I'm cool with that. But in terms of these remakes and stuff like that, there's a lot of stigma concerning remakes. People are saying that, oh, Hollywood isn't imaginative anymore, and actually, no. Hollywood is very imaginative. That's their problem, y'all. And so when people say, oh, there's no imagination in Hollywood, there's no imagination in Hollywood. No, it's over-imaginative. It's way over the top over-imaginative. That's the problem with Hollywood. Don't get it twisted. You heard it here, right? From the Zoloft. Let me tell you something. Hollywood has not lost their imagination. The problem with Hollywood is that they've got too much of it. That's the problem, right? They don't know when to clock out of imagination land. They have kissed reality goodbye. That's Hollywood's problem, right? Over imagination, not under imagination. In terms of remakes, y'all, whatever. Like say for instance with music, I like to make remakes. I like to go and flash back to some old school jams. Say, oh man, you know what? I remember this jam. It's like, hey, I'll redo it. I want to redo it. Why not? A lot of the songs that you guys have heard have been remakes. You wouldn't have even heard. You wouldn't even known. Like I admit it. I'm a musician. I love music, right? A lot of songs that I've heard, I wouldn't even known who the original artist was had I not heard a remake. Right? It's like, man, I didn't know that this song existed. I didn't even know that this song was done before. Then I heard the remake of it. I was like, oh man, this song is dope. I like this song. And then I was like, oh, really? This wasn't the original artist? And I heard it. That's how I found out about it. Sometimes remakes are really cool. Same thing with movies. So what? And y'all, and the thing is, y'all, a lot of the remakes that, when we see these movie remakes, technically, it's not like they're remaking a movie. It's not a movie remake. A lot of times these movies are based on a book. So technically it's not a remake. It's really a screen adaptation of a book. It's just somebody else decided to do it. So what? Somebody wanted to do it. They wanted to do their version of a book. A remake, the real, I guess, if you guys want to call it an injustice, right, is if somebody like wrote a book, right, and say, well, I want to redo that book. It's like, no, the book had already been written. All right, don't try to remake the book. Right? It's almost like, take the Bible, for instance. The Bible had already been wrote, and then you got somebody else going to try to make another testament or something like that, right? Or I'm going to write an extra biblical book, to add on to the Bible. It's like, no, the Bible had already been written. All right, leave it alone. Some books you just don't rewrite, right? But these movies that we're seeing are screen adaptations. They're not remakes of movies. Some of them are. A lot of them aren't. A lot of them are just screen adaptations of a book that's already been written. If somebody wants to do their interpretation of a screen adaptation of it, so what? So, right? God bless them if they were able to pull the resources together. You know how hard it is to pull resources together to get a movie, right? Unless you're willing to sell your soul, as in, whatever sort of favors that you want to do for some deep-pocketed executive producer. We won't get too far off into that. You know what I'm saying? But, the thing is, he's coming down, Ricky Gervais, coming back to what he was saying, these remakes and stuff like that. The remakes, whichever. It's a lot, like I said, it's not about remaking a movie. It's about another interpretation of somebody's book, just making a screen adaptation of it. So what? Big deal. Let's not get so caught up in the cynicism, y'all. It's like, sometimes this stuff is fun. And, and a lot of people are taking the fun out of it. It's almost like people just want to go see movies now. Remember how critics used to make us sick, y'all? Remember how we just couldn't stand film critics? Couldn't stand them because it's not. And now everybody is exactly what it is they couldn't stand. Everybody a film critic now. Everybody wants to criticize. It's like a movie can be like, wow, man, this is just some serious eye candy. And you got somebody who just can't wait. They can't even wait till the movie is over. They get on their Twitter while they're in the movie. I can't even go see movies anymore. You got the person sitting next to you, want to sit right next to you and tweet. It's like, dang, man, is your budget so good that you can come into a movie theater and not even watch the movie? You're going to spend all your time on your freaking phone, right? They can't even wait till the movie is over. And then they get on their phone and they start tweeting because they want to be the first one to criticize this movie to give themselves some sort of intellectual self-esteem boost, right? That's what all this stuff is how people want to see themselves as how smart and how woke and how promote their social status by how critical they can be of something. Just can't wait to downplay something just to make themselves look smart and in the know. It's like, come on, man. We're becoming what we can't stand. We're becoming, well, what it is that we say we hate. It's like people couldn't stand film critics. Now everybody a film critic. Right? That's where we at now, man. That's where we are. So anyway, y'all, basically what I'm trying to say, man, look, man, enjoy. It's like if you're gonna pay the money to Netflix and HBO and stuff like that, be ready for them to promote more stuff that's gonna be contrary to your values. Then you're gonna have somebody like Ricky Gervais, who's gonna be positioned with calculation to pander to you, to get more notoriety for himself, and then people are going to be watching more of his stuff. That's what's going to happen. And then hopefully at some point people say, you know what? I'm sick of waiting for these liberals to entertain us with the values that reflect my own. How about we scope out some conservative entertainers and get that bankrolled so we can, so, because people talk about conservative Hollywood and stuff like there's a conservative Hollywood movie. No, there ain't. There's no conservative Hollywood movie, trust me. All right. But you may have conservatives or conservative leaning. It's like if you're looking for a solid conservative in Hollywood, you might have better luck finding a leprechaun. Okay. But for those that are right leaning, if there was a more of a support bankroll, you might have someone coming out of shadows and ready to do some stuff. But that demand isn't shown. You guys want that supply, you got to show the demand. It's just not there. All right. So because they see what happens to conservatives who do step out, they see like what happens to people like me, and then they can forget about having and they're like, no, I don't want my career to be messed with. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna just go ahead and do what I'm doing. And that's conservative Hollywood, right? So at any rate, y'all, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And remember, y'all, if you guys are gonna, congratulate the guy. Don't get me wrong, man. It's like, thank you for what you're saying. I'm glad you're saying what you're saying, but know what's underneath that. Just know what's underneath it, and don't forget, the ones who have been saying this stuff on your side of the aisle, who have really taken some arrows and taken a bomb to their livelihood, for repeating these values. All right, y'all. Anyway, God bless, and I'll see y'all tomorrow in his opium den. And don't forget, my latest video, my Zoloft video, is out, right? Just look on my Facebook page, go to my website, the Zoloft, and you'll see it. All right, y'all. Thank you. Blessings.